Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of the installment of the JJSports podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Joey.
And Joey, as always, we do like to get the show started off with a little bit of basketball news. There's not much going around considering the fact that the NBA season is pretty close to its starting point. So, Joey, what do we have this week?
Well, we got three interesting signings that I want you to talk about. So the first one is two of them are from the Boston Celtics, all right? I don't know if you heard. But, we talked about Tristan Thompson, right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, one of them's from the Boston Celtics. So I don't know if you've heard, but they got a player that we've all known for a few years. He's kind of going toward the twilight of his career, but we know who he is. His name is Jeff Teague. I know you've heard of Jeff Teague. What do you think of Boston getting some veteran presence in Jeff Teague? A good backup point guard to Kemba Walker and the boys. What do you think? Do you think his leadership could help this team get over the hump?
I mean, I knew he was always a solid player. It was always if it was with the Hawks, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, that's true. Very good.
Yeah. So it's not like he's necessarily just a veteran who's playing, and he's like, he was one of those guys who was a good player on a bad team. Like they usually had some decent team stocks back in the day. I remember with Al Horford on the team, and I think I don't remember who Paul Millsap, I think, was also back in the day.
They actually had an all-star team that one year. It was Al Horford, Paul Millsap, Kyle Korver
with the other
Jeff
guys.
Teague, and the fifth guy was DeMarre Carroll, who was okay.
Right. So, yeah, I think bringing in a guy with a little bit of veteran leadership is definitely a good move in any case, but especially for a team that's been close in the past couple of years like Boston. Who knows, maybe it could be a move to take over the hump. I know that with all the moves still, though, we talked about Milwaukee bringing in guys, and who knows what happens with the Heat, with that young core. Maybe they'll bring in someone, and you never know. But not a bad move. Not a bad move, in my opinion.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing that and move on to the next one. So the next one is another player you've heard of, and he actually had a pretty interesting playoffs this year with the Denver Nuggets, and his name is Jeremy Grant. You know Jeremy Grant. He the center for the Pistons, for the Nuggets. So the Pistons actually got him, which I think is pretty interesting because Pistons are kind of a middle of the pack team. So, they lost Christian Wood to free agency, and they just got a pretty good rim protector in Jeremy Grant. So what do you think of this signing? Do you think this is a big deal for the Pistons or just a minor, upper right direction kind of move?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I really do not know that much about the Nuggets, let alone their players. There's only two players I really know about on that team, to be honest, and that is Jamal Murray alongside Nikola Jokic. I think the guy's last name is, if I pronounce that correct. Wasn't Paul Millsap also on that team like a year or two ago?
He is. He's still on the team.
Still is. Yeah. So I don't know too much about this team. I don't know too much about this player, but I mean, who knows? I'm sure a lot of people do. But if it's replacing one of the factors that Detroit lost before, then I mean, yeah, it definitely could end up to be a good signing. You see a lot of teams doing that all around sports. People losing, teams losing players within certain areas that they're strong in. They go out and try to replace, or whether it's with a trade or not. But yeah, I can't say whether I really like this move or not because I don't know a lot about it. That's
fair enough.
The truth.
Fair enough. Next signing. Before I get to this last one, I want to talk about two people quickly. Did I tell you that the Lakers got Marc Gasol? Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I believe we did that. We did that.
And this other one, very recent. The Knicks signed Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I have.
A 3-and-D player. You think this is okay signing? I feel like it was not a bad signing, in my opinion.
I mean, considering it's the Knicks, yeah, I say I
not
know
bad. 3-and-D,
Yeah, in my
opinion,
opinion, there's no really major signings for them unless you're getting an all-star caliber player. So if it works for them, great.
Yeah, there's still time for that. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here's the last player. Speaking of defense, Jay Crowder wasn't the most explosive player on the Heat, but he was a very big contributor. So he actually left Miami for a bigger sun, the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns, he could have got more money for the Mavericks, and he chose to play with the Suns because they got Chris Paul, who's big respected player around the league, and Devin Booker, who's one of the most talented players in the league. So what do you think about this, huh? A core with, Saric, Oubre, Crowder,
Yeah, I mean,
Paul, and
like
now
you say
Booker.
now, with Crowder being a defensive presence back on Miami, which he was, or was a big part of at least, then, bringing in a guy who's going to help balance out that defense alongside with his offensive contributions, which are not small, is definitely a good move. I mean, like, I know Chris Paul is still aging, but I mean, you can't count him out. Devin Booker, one of the young stars in the league, still a great shooter. We know, what he can do beyond the arc. So yeah, I think that bringing in a guy like Jay Crowder is definitely a good move. We'll have to see where it goes. Maybe this is going to be the year that maybe the Suns manage to make a really deep playoff run. We'll find out.
Okay. So I think
Now, then again, I don't necessarily think that bringing in one guy like Jay Crowder may be the missing piece, but we've seen smaller free agent signings or trades happen in other sports where it makes a bigger impact. So who knows? Maybe this will be.
Okay. I think we're ready to move on. You think we're ready to move on?
Yeah, I think we're ready to move on. Okay, so yeah,
are we doing all three or just the one?
we'll do all three. You can't leave any of them out.
Which one you want to do it from recent to latest or?
Yeah, of course.
all
Let's go
three?
recent to
Okay,
we'll go
so
recently.
we had the first big move of the season for MLB this season. What a
It's not going to be recent at this point to latest. So why
I
don't we
would say
just go latest to recent?
hey, the statute of limitations didn't pass yet. It hasn't been a full week, so I would say
Okay.
I
First,
think,
let's
I think
just
that's
go.
fair. Let's just get into it. Charlie Morton came home, man. He came back to the team that first had him when he started in this league. He went to the Atlanta Braves. He went from one of the best teams in the AL to one of the best teams in the NL. Like, what do you think of this, Josh? What are your thoughts, man? I think this is a huge move. Huge.
I have to say, yeah, I mean, the Braves are a team that are built mainly around their offense. However, you cannot count that pitching out. And that pitching is a young core. You got Max Fried. You had Soroka, but he was, with the torn Achilles this past year. So, or torn ACL was one of those two. I don't remember. But the point being that you have those two. Foltynewicz was young. For some reason, they got rid of him. We're not going to get into that whole backstory, but you still have Fried and Soroka as your probably mainly 1 and 2s.
And don't forget
about Ian
Anderson.
Yeah, Ian Anderson performed big time in the playoffs. And now bringing in a guy like Charlie Morton, is a really good move. I mean, this team is not so far away from competing for the World Series, really. I mean, like, they've already – they had 2 straight years where they went to the NLDS and they lost to teams with higher ambitions than them.
And now they were in the NLCS this year.
And yeah, then they made it one round farther. Now people are going to be talking about, they beat the Marlins in the first round of the playoffs. Hey, okay, let's get something straight. Any team that's in the playoffs is a good team. I know records said a lot this year. You have to assume, it's a different season, and everyone who makes the playoffs, you just have to assume at some point is gonna play hard and play like they deserve to be there, whether the record says it or not.
Whether they deserve to be there or not, they got there. They're there. So
to get there, exactly. That's
and
the
like
point.
looking at
there were definitely worse teams.
Yeah, and like looking at here, let me pull this up. I want to show you. Just look at this. Look at this rotation. If Soroka somehow rebounds from an Achilles, this is I think
they brought in Drew Smiley. Let's not forget.
This is the best. If Soroka comes back full health, or even just like half usage, this is the best 1 to 5. This is the best 1 to 5 in the league, I think.
Maybe consistently. I wouldn't say exactly like the best.
Well, I thought it was the Reds, kind of, but Bauer's probably on his way out. So I don't think anyone else has a better 5. I thought the Rays could have been considered, but now.
I'm going to be straight up with you. This isn't even biased, though. I would think that if the Mets signed Trevor Bauer, they would have the best 1 to 5. because you could have DeGrom and Bauer, the back-to-back Cy Young winners, going 1-2. You could have David Peterson, who had a breakout rookie year. You'd have Marcus Stroman, and then when Syndergaard comes back healthy.
But that's if Syndergaard. That's an if.
Syndergaard is going to come back healthy. It's just a matter of when he comes back.
But I'm saying like this is consistently would be the best.
This consistently could be the best, but when a team is fully healthy, then.
But I'm talking about consistently. I'm saying fully because that's
okay. You don't want to admit you're a Yankees fan. Let's move on. I understand. You don't have to try to.
I'm saying consistent.
I'm willing to admit this. I'm willing to.
No. It's about consistency. Consistency is key, as Hirschman would say. Whatever. Let's just move on.
Regarding the overall move, though, it's definitely a good move for the Braves because they're built on a lot of young pitching right now. Even a guy like Drew Smyly, who's not super old, but not exactly the youngest pitcher out there either. A guy who's been on some, very competitive teams. Back in the day, he was with the Brewers in 2018 when they were a good team. I think he was with the Astros at one point before the whole cheating scandal started, one of those 2 years when they were competitive. So, you have and Morton, is really at the top of the free agent market.
He won Cy Young, he was.
I don't think he won a Cy Young.
He was considered. He was highly considered, though.
He was a top 3 finalist in 2019. So yeah, definitely a good acquisition, and definitely makes the Braves even better than they already are.
So yeah, it's something to fear in the NL. It's got a big shakeup.
They're trying to separate. That's the reality. They're trying to separate from the rest of the teams in that division.
The next signing is Mike Minor, who was dealt at the deadline to the, I think it was the Blue
Kansas City Royals.
No, dealt at the deadline. I'm saying to the Blue Jays.
Oh, at the deadline.
And he's like, I was traded here. I didn't want to stay here, so I'm going to go back to where I was before. I'm going back to Kansas City, and while this isn't like a huge deal, I think it's a big deal just for the team itself because they haven't had any really good pitching. Their strengths were in their hitting, like Merrifield and why do I always forget his name?
Soler, you had
Jorge Soler, yeah.
Salvador Perez came back healthy this year. He had a great year.
That's where their strengths were. But now they finally have like a pretty good pitcher. And he's a lefty too, which stifles a lot of lineups in the league. So I actually like the sign.
Yeah, that's true. It's a low risk, high reward type of signing. That's what I think. Because if you get him at his full potential, he could be amazing. And for him to be at his worst is not even that terrible. It's just nothing great, really. He's a solid pitcher. So definitely a good move by Kansas City. I don't think that the contract is too expensive either. So, the Royals are not really a contender. Maybe, the best case scenario for them would be that he performs really, really well. They ship him off at the deadline, get some prospects maybe or some other pieces, and maybe they can build from there.
Yeah, it's a good signing. All right. So the last signing we're going to talk about is the Mets got Trevor May. Trevor May. They got that Trevor. And I'm actually, they need this. Their bullpen's atrocious, so they needed this signing, They got the dude's nasty.
There was 98 plus, big strikeout guy. I think he had around a little over or exactly at 12K per 9. Yeah. And especially for relievers because the Mets the bullpen is not too great. They showed significant improvement this past year compared to what it was supposed to have in 2019. Familia stepped up in moments. Diaz had a huge turnaround year. Seth Lugo didn't exactly solidify the bullpen because they started pitching him as a starter at the end of the year, towards the end of the year. Also, though, with bringing in May, does that make the Mets, it kind of sounds to me, I'm a Mets fan, as we all know here, that it kind of sounds like for Syndergaard's absence currently, if they don't go out and sign a big free agent like Trevor Bauer, and I really don't know what other pitchers there are to sign. Maybe they'll try to trade for one, but I don't think that'll be the case. That they're going to try to start Lugo now, and I just don't think that's the right move. He's been so good out of the bullpen. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what you think, Joey, but I don't think that they should try to turn Lugo back into a starting pitcher. I think he's established himself as a very, very effective bullpen piece.
I just think the Mets should just stop playing with themselves, stop with the Jekyll and Hyde of is he a starter or reliever? The best thing that A's ever did was tell Liam Hendricks, hey, you're amazing, but you're not a starter. And guess what? The dude's probably the best reliever in the league or one of them, and he's one of the biggest free agents this year for a reason. So get your story straight. And if he's a starter, fine. You just signed this guy Trevor is now your best reliever, and if not, you have someone to complement Lugo. But that's it. Like you can't mess up now.
But
Now
that's assuming Diaz can have another solid year out of the bullpen too.
I wouldn't say Luis Diaz is going to have a solid year, but whatever.
Okay, they'll cross that bridge when they come to it. But I mean,
we'll see. But
yeah.
I'm not confident in him. So he's not proving anything.
That's fair to say. I think, still definitely nothing I don't think will really overshadow that 2019 year unless he has a historic year he did in 2018. But we'll see. You got to let him play first.
Yeah. I think we're done with baseball. I think you agree, right?
There's two more very small things I want to mention. I'm sure that most of the viewers know, or any of the viewers here know, that the Phillies did indeed almost, I don't want to say exactly lie to JT Realmuto because maybe they weren't really expecting, who knows, with the whole pandemic that hit. But I think that most people are aware at this point that Bryce Harper is not a happy man after hearing that the Phillies indeed just specifically said that they cannot afford to sign JT Realmuto. And Harper is not exactly happy about this because Bryce Harper, when he came there, said, he wants to raise his family there. He wants to be a Philly for a long time and everything. And he thought he could also win some titles there. They had the offense to do it back in 2019 and even in 2020. But the problem was the pitching. They didn't have it. And now they're losing the best catcher in baseball. I don't think, that's not even my opinion. I think that's that is my opinion, but I think it's also the opinion of many other people that JT Realmuto is the best catcher in baseball, and more than just defensively. Also, we know what type of offense. So,
yeah, I mean, I know they said that, but two things. One, things could hello?
Yeah.
Things could still change. They might trade people and get salary. You don't know.
Yeah, who knows? And maybe for all we know, this could also be a straight up slide play by the Phillies.
Yeah, it might be a publicity stunt.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe. I don't think that they would do that though. To if that's what they would do to get to get their players excited about something like this and that they'd actually be competitive, to hope for that. I don't really know that that's exactly the greatest move, but hey, they would know better than I would.
Yeah, but it's JT. JT seems kind of happy there. It's going to take a lot for him to just leave.
It seemed like he wanted to stay at Philly, but at the same time, we don't know what type of money he wants to get paid.
Yeah, but he might prioritize that he wants to stay in Philly over money. We don't know yet. We might see. I know he says that, but things change, and the one thing that will change in his mind is the same thing that changed their mind, because I don't think what they did was so bad that they said, hey, we can't pay him, because guess what? They changed their mind for a reason. I think they were going to pay him the whole time, but then guess what? A virus happened. It took away a lot of team money.
That's true.
And that's why. So I'm not mad at the ownership, because guess what? You got hit hard by a pandemic and you can't sign him. It's not that you don't want to, you can't do it. You took a hard hit. Right? But for the same reason, JT might take a discount because of the pandemic. I'm not saying he will, but it's possible.
Well, there was something that went out before, and that was saying that JT Realmuto said no matter what, there were rumors saying this, nothing was official, but there were rumors saying that JT Realmuto had openly stated he is, no matter what the qualifying offer is, going to decline it from the Phillies, because he knew that Steve Cohen was going to become the owner of the Mets. He knew that the Mets would be heavily involved in trying to acquire him as a free agent, and he thought that he could get a big deal from the Mets contract-wise. And I don't blame him if he did say that.
That's
at the same time,
that's wishful thinking.
Yeah,
you can't hope that happens. You have to
exactly nothing was official by then. It was likely, but until there was
everybody's got to calm down. Everyone's acting like they were with the Knicks, when everyone thought, oh, we're gonna get KD and Kyrie and everything, and I'm just hold your horses.
And Zion and none
no,
of that
but that's
happened.
different, because that's a draft lottery, and they made the rules different that the worst team doesn't automatically get the first pick. So that's
okay, fine.
That's not fair.
Whatever.
But free agency is oh, we have the cap space, it's the Mecca, But no, but seriously,
they were gonna sign two mass contracts.
Don't celebrate people that you don't have until you have them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So everyone's got to calm down. We're talking about May because they have May, barring a physical, but they have May. So, like, we wouldn't talk about May if they didn't get May. That'd be stupid. That's what we do. We talk about Morton because they got Morton. We talk about Minor because they got Minor. That's what we do. We don't just do rumors. We do rumors in addition, but we have to be intellectually honest and say these are rumors. We don't know, and these are rumors. That's what people got to do.
Yeah, and the last thing I want to mention is just two quick things. Two separate players, the same exact thing going on with both of them, but two players, both George Springer and James McCann. McCann, another great catcher on the market. I think that he's also recognized as a top 10 catcher in baseball. Not as elite as a guy like JT Realmuto still, or Yasmani Grandal. It's funny how he shares the same team.
Teammate, which I never understood. I'm like, why would you break the bank for Grandal when you have McCann? But whatever.
Exactly. Well, maybe they knew that they weren't gonna. Maybe they knew that they wouldn't want to sign James McCann re-sign James McCann after 2020. But who knows?
I feel like the reason he's more valuable is because he's expendable. Like
maybe.
Yeah. Like, they'd be willing to pay him, and they probably wouldn't have to pay him as much as they do if he wasn't the backup.
Well, they could have a great catching tandem if they did indeed re-sign James McCann. I don't think he's a player that they should be so quick to let go, even though they already have Yasmani Grandal.
But it's
kind of like what the Mets had with Dom Smith and Pete Alonso this past year.
But it's very rare to have two top catchers on the same team, because usually what gets in the way is that one wants to be the starter and one or wants a big contract, and you just can't pay both of them. It's ridiculous.
Maybe they could have one as a DH though, because no matter what, the American League is still going to have a DH. So
we could have a DH. That's true, but
we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, so teams reaching out to him.
Speculation, like you have to just And what was the other thing?
So some teams reaching out to McCann, and mostly the same teams also reached out to Springer. We'll get into that also.
I heard about that. I heard like the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have actually gone a bit farther than most other teams to say that they're done with just reaching out and that they actually want to start talking contract possibilities, lengths, and the amount of money that the guy could be making. So the Blue Jays.
If they did that, I would say that the only position that I would prioritize over that is getting a second quality starter, like maybe another bullpen piece, because like I think their team's very close. I know they didn't perform well,
they could be,
but they have look at their team.
They took a step.
They
took a step this past year in 2020. They were good. They're a young, good team.
I mean, you love their infield. The Suns, the three Suns, and I think who is it, Thames or Shaw or one of those?
Travis Shaw, yeah.
Shaw, yeah. And like the outfield is Grichuk and Gurriel and what's his name? Right? And now if you have Springer there, now one of those guys can play DH, and now you have a 1-9 that you can deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they'd be ready because now they can afford to have someone who's a defensive liability to be DH,
Yep. And even still to trade if you don't get Springer, but there's still talks about the Blue Jays trading for Francisco Lindor. So
but the problem with trading is that you have to give up more.
Yeah.
They'd have to give up somebody.
So, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Give up one of the Suns probably just to like who's their shortstop? Is it Biggio?
No, Biggio's second base. I don't know who the shortstop is right now.
It's Bichette, I think.
Oh, yeah, Bichette. Yeah, sorry.
So what they'd probably do is not Bichette, but they'd probably trade like Biggio and move Bichette to second.
Maybe. Who knows? We'll find out when all that comes.
That's what they would do. Like they'd have to trade someone big,
the Indians aren't going to want something cheap.
They're not going to take maybe they'll take Hernandez. I don't know, because I know God knows they need outfield help.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see, but they'd have to give up one of their starters.
Yeah, and that's not exactly something the Blue Jays want to do with that young core. So anyway, that wraps it up for the MLB segment of this podcast. Joey, what do we have for football this week?
Oh, boy. Before we get into our matchups, our three matchups we picked, let's just talk about the fact that we had Wednesday night football today, folks. What the hell is wrong with football? Ay. Wednesday night football. I never thought I'd hear it. I was shocked when we had Tuesday night football a few weeks ago. Now we've officially had football every day of the week except for Friday because, who cares about that? But we've had football every day of the week. Did you ever think we'd see this coming, Josh? I'm astounded.
I mean, it has happened in the past. Back in 2012, I think it was. I don't remember which teams. I think the Saints were one of the teams involved in that game. I could have been wrong.
You know why?
No, I don't remember why.
I doubt it was because of a pandemic, though.
Yeah, that's true, but still.
No, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and on top of that, you mentioned the Tuesday Night Football when you were shocked. I believe that actually because this game got extended as far as today. Yeah, the Steelers game just ended about 20
Like,
minutes ago,
yeah.
right before we started this episode. But just to let it known that, just to let it be known, excuse me, that we are going to have the second edition of Tuesday Night Football next week, I believe, actually.
Yeah, because they had to move, what's it called?
Had to move this game back so far that
Yeah.
Monday night schedule got messed up and everything. So with
And
that being said,
yeah. And other honorable mentions are just the two Thanksgiving games because holy crap, these were terrible. Like my favorite part was reading the comments like, oh my God, we love Thanksgiving because we get to mac on Detroit and Dallas getting owned every year, even though they automatically get to play at Thanksgiving every year, stuff like that.
yeah,
I find it crazy. Houston's getting some life after the firing, Billy
Bill
O'Steers.
O'Brien. But I
And
think that it
yeah,
kind of ran out the door with Fuller now being suspended.
yeah, it's not, especially because he was the receiving leader in that game. So that's not good.
Yeah.
Uh, and the football team, holy crap! Like this division's so exciting. So let's talk about. Wait, also just quick honorable mention: Monday Night Football, Eagles losing to Seattle made me so happy because of our. Should we talk about this game or like the other
No,
game,
we don't like,
or does that last?
now we can mention that. We can mention that last.
All right, but we'll get to it. But that game made me happy for a different reason, for a different game. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so our first game is. Hold on, I want to share screen. So it was. Wait, what did we say? Did we say Carolina or?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, quick honorable mention to New England Cardinals because that was a little bit of a surprise to me. Okay, so our first game. Let me give me a second. Sorry, folks. Oh man. Okay, here. So our first game was Carolina Vikings. This was a nail biter to the end. It was this was like complete grit, and like this was a very good game by Kirk Cousins. 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Dalvin Cook doing his thing. He didn't get 100 yards or even a touchdown, but not a bad showing by him. And and by the way, Justin Jefferson, what a when we were doing like draft scouting years ago, like we always do that. Nobody imagined this guy was gonna have big moments like this, but he had a great game. He had a great game. And on the Carolina side, it's kind of sad, when you see someone on the Jets just that they're not good, right? By the way, quickly, Jets lost again, so they're
What's
keeping the undefeated. Yeah,
say the least?
they're
What's new?
keeping the undefeated season. So anyway, one of the biggest things that they messed up in the previous offseason, was letting Robbie Anderson go. And it says, here, like he had 94 yards and a touchdown. Like he's having games like this all the time. You can see that Matt Rule, even though he didn't lose the game, he's building a winning culture, the coach of the Panthers. And when you look at the defense, nothing really sticks out except for the Carolina defense having 2 sacks, So like it was a nail biter, It was a nail biter. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. And I mean, oh man, that the Panthers almost pulled it out in the end.
That
I
was
mean,
close. It was really close.
yeah.
I thought they were maybe going to pull it off, But then I thought to myself, Minnesota just got embarrassed the week before by Dallas. They probably need a real redemption thing,
Yeah.
So I figured, hell, they're probably going to go for it.
Yeah. And look out, everyone, because I mean, Minnesota. I know they're only 5-6, but now Chicago.
They're a fringe playoff team. They're probably going to beat out the Bears.
I'm pretty sure, and they're tied for second in that division. And with Minnesota leading over Chicago with that tie-breaking win they had a couple Monday nights ago. Right now,
the way the Bears are playing, they're probably going to beat them out for that second seed.
Yeah, I mean, and even more than I mean, the Vikings. People are still forgetting about the fact that the Vikings could still go 10-6. Like there's still plenty of football left to be played this season.
I wouldn't go that far, but
so, I mean, hey, you never know.
You're telling me they're going to win out?
It's possible. I'm not saying it'll happen, but I'm saying I would think it's more likely them than most other teams to win out the rest of their season.
Okay, you keep talking. I'm just looking at their schedule because I need to just.
Look, I didn't say that they will, but I mean they've
No,
already.
I just want to read this to you. They're playing. Yeah, granted, I'll give you they're playing the Bears and Lions, so I'll give you
that could be
those.
a win.
I'll give you those and the Jaguars. I'll give you
Pretty
3.
much both of them are at home.
I'll give you Bears, Jaguars, Lions, but the other 2, I don't know, man. They're playing the Saints, and yeah, I know they own the Saints in the playoffs, but still. And they're playing the Buccaneers, who can lose games.
Oh,
I don't think what? They can lose games. We know that. They are beatable, but like it's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be up. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna win them out. I don't think so.
In all honesty, I mean, that Saints team is absolutely deadly right now. I mean, they're on a really, really good tear.
Who?
The Saints.
Yeah, the Saints. I'm saying like I think they'll definitely lose one of them. I don't know which one. I think they will.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Minnesota win out. I mean, with a schedule like that, I mean, like if you have to get lucky for a game, then let it happen against the Saints because the Bucs are clearly not unstoppable anymore. You know, they're clearly.
That's what I'm saying. They need all the luck in the world to beat the Saints. They would really they need that playoff.
I don't think they would need all the luck in the world. I mean, to be honest, like Denver didn't actually have a quarterback this week, so that wouldn't have been like a complete blowout the way it happened this week. Like you have to believe that game would have been somewhat competitive still.
It's all about timing, you know what I mean? Like imagine like the Jets played the Denver Broncos this week. That's a win. That's a win because you're playing against I don't even know who as quarterback. So
look, let's put it this way.
It's all about the week, you know? It's all about who's trending upwards in the weeks, you know?
Well, let's put it this way also then. Which game? Is that the final game the Vikings play? They play the Saints in the final week in week 17?
No.
Because if that's the case, then the Vikings will be on a 4, 5, 6 game win streak.
No, it's week 16.
Sorry, 5 games.
So it actually would be – it'd be more real. Like because I think in week 17, the Saints have nothing to play for. So they'd be more likely to lose. But week 16, they have a ton to play for because of the division they're in. But by week 17, I don't think it matters.
We'll see about it. You know, we don't know yet, but we'll find out.
No. But yeah. Okay, that's the first game. The second game was Kansas City, Tampa Bay. Oh my God, I love this game. And I don't know if you saw the soundbite, but there was a whole thing like Brady, why I hate playing against Mahomes. This dude has played him like 5 times, and I tell you now.
I think it's 4. I think this was the 4th matchup.
4 times. I'm telling you now, Mahomes should have been 4-0 against this guy. The first game, granted, it was a field goal.
Crazy shootout.
I'll give that to them, but could have gone the other way. The AFC Championship, this one really bugs me because that was one of the worst calls I've ever seen. Both games were bad. The Saints got screwed with the no call, and the Chiefs got screwed with the roughing the passer call. So,
yeah.
Like I'll admit the D Ford call is good, right? But they don't get to that point if they don't mess up on the roughing the passer before. Like they win that game. That was a bad call. The D Ford call wasn't bad. That screwed it up for them. But the roughing the passer call, that was bad. Yeah, and then the other 2 times he played him. He beat him last year, and he just beat him on Sunday. So yeah, this was a great game, man. This was phenomenal. I mean, think about it. Travis Kelce they even had a trick play with him. Remember, like he came through. So that was fun. I love seeing games like that. And Brady loves giving it to Ronald Jones sometimes. I mean, God, look at these offenses, man. You got Jones, Fournette, Gronk, Godwin, Evans, Antonio Brown, Scotty, like wow, and then you got Hilaire, Le'Veon Bell, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, McCall Hardman.
And Hill had over 200 yards in the first quarter, not the first half.
Look at these yards, 269 yards. Like, you look at Gronk, 100 yards, like, that's a really good game. And then you look at Hill, 269 yards. That's amazing. 3 touchdowns. Whoever had this guy in fantasy won their matchup. They won.
Hill had more yards than Gronk, Godwin, and Evans all combined. Just want to point that out.
I'm not a math person, but is that really true?
That is true. 106 plus 97 is 203 plus 50 is 253. He had 260.
Holy shit. Their top 3 receivers, and when I say receivers, I do mean Gronk. Like, I know Miller's really a receiver. But, like, his top 3 weapons, his top 3 options, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, I'm in love with this Chiefs team. I can't hate this team. I can't.
Still had more.
I can't understand it. I cannot hate this team. This team is so freaking good, and I love them for it. This is a team I can root for, man. This is not a cocky team. This is a team that's humble. This is a team that can lose with grace. I love this team. I expect good things from this team. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done fanboying. But, like, wow. This is, like, can't you agree? Like, you got to give respect to the Buccaneers. They played a hell of a game. They had a good team around them.
They made it come. I mean, look, like
they made it close. They made it close. They tried, you know?
Yeah, like they were down 27-10 going into the what's it called? Going into the fourth, I think it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, they made it close.
Yeah, and the defense, you know, they had solid sacks, man, by Shaq Barrett and JPP. You know, guys that can get to the quarterback. So they didn't let Mahomes just get away with everything. You know, they put pressure on him.
Yeah.
Put a lot of pressure on Patrick Mahomes. So like wow, what a game.
Yeah. I also just want to say, the way I see, you know, if you talk about the Chiefs and the Steelers in comparison, because now with the Steelers winning, so now they're 11-0 and the Chiefs are at 10-1, how they're easily the top 2 seeds going into the playoff push right now for the NFL's AFC conference. AFC.
Yeah, but if I'm being honest, I really feel like the Chiefs are a better team than the Steelers. They play harder. They play more they play better teams every week.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't want to say I'm fully expecting the Steelers to go to to lose a game, because I almost have that expectation every week and then they win in the end. But
this week was the last week. I thought they were going to possibly.
Yeah, I'm still kind of expecting the Steelers to lose a game. I mean, they don't exactly have an easy schedule coming up.
Yes, they do. Let me read you their schedule. I have it right here.
I mean,
they're playing the football. They're playing. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm not gonna tell you in order, but
look, the football.
They're playing the Browns. They're playing the Browns.
Browns aren't a joke. That was way earlier in the year. They're
playing the Bengals. That's it. That's a win. They're playing the Browns. Okay. They'll make it interesting. They're playing Washington, who will make it interesting, but they're not losing to Washington. I will be very shocked. And these other 2 teams, I'll give you, they could lose maybe. The Bills and the Colts.
Those are they could
lose. They could lose those.
They could lose 3 of those 5 games.
But here's the problem, man. I just don't know how that like it depends. You know what I mean? It all depends on Ben because the Bills and Colts don't have the greatest defense. You know, their strength is their offense. You know,
the Colts' strength is their defense. It's not
sorry. The Colts is the defense. The Bills is the offense. That's what I'm saying.
The Bills' defense is still really good, though. You can't.
No, I can't deny that. But like, what I'm saying is, it's all going to be on the Steelers to get to the quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, they can do that. You know they can do that, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, is Phillip Rivers going to be able to avoid Bud Dupree, Cameron Hayward, and T.J. Watt? Is Josh Allen going to be able to do that? Like, that's not going to be easy. They're gonna put them. It's going to be a dogfight. Those 2 games are going to be crazy. So they could lose, but I don't know who's going to beat them. I think they need a humble win. That way they can actually like rise up and prove to be the best team. But until that happens, I'm not going to think they're better than the Chiefs. I'm not.
So regardless of all that, though, that being said, right now, if the playoffs began today, so the Chiefs would be the number 2 seed with a record of 10-1. And I know 11-0 is still like crazy; they're still undefeated, but it's still only 1 more win than the Chiefs have. And I just want to say something like that I saw really similar to this. It's kind of making me flash back to this, which was a post I saw from Jeff McNeil on his Instagram story the other day on Sunday, when he had like 200 points going. He had like a bunch of players, like Tyreek Hill, I think was one of them. And, like just to give you an example, the dude put up like 35 in the first half. And his opponent put up like 175 or 180 or something like that. And his comment was like, wow, the dude's about to put up 180 points and still lose. Like, when have you ever heard something like that before?
That's what bothers me. Like when you like see all these amazing things and like they still lose. Like that's a shame.
I'm saying, like, I think it's crazy how the Chiefs are 10-1 now and still not the 1 seed. I know that, like, it's only one game and that you're talking an undefeated team, but still, I think the Chiefs are the better team between the two.
I think they are too, man. They play tougher and they play against tougher teams too. Like
we'll see. We'll see what happens when
the Steelers always play down to their competition, and that's why some of these games are like surprisingly close at the end, but not really. Like it's stupid. Like they almost lose games they shouldn't. It's like really stupid. Like they're so cocky, it bothers me.
Okay, well, let's not get into
the Chiefs can be cocky, but they're not cocky. They're not cocky. They're not. I don't see them posting, anything about that.
Okay, yeah. Like I don't want to get into this whole thing right now. Like I think it's all pretty clear. But the last
we agree the Chiefs are the better team.
I think so. Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah, okay. And the last game, I think it's a no-brainer for those of you guys who have been following.
So yeah. I said before, I was so happy about the outcome of the Eagles-Seahawks game because it meant that this game, the Giants-Bengals, was not in vain. And guess what, baby? We're number 1 in the division, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Dude, we're number 1 in the division. Did you think this was going to happen at the beginning of the season? You had hope, but did you really think? Did you really think with a new head coach first year, Saquon out week 2?
I really didn't, to be honest. And Giants – good for you. You proved me wrong. Keep doing it because that'll only make things better right now.
Yeah, I thought we were.
That's all I have to say. Beside the fact that this team has proven, and even before this game, I thought they proved they could be a competitive team.
I think
most games they lost were only by 1 score. There were only 2 games that they lost by 10 or more points, and that was week 1 against the Steelers, who are undefeated, and it's week 1 either way. If you want to say, but like. They're
the 49ers, which was like
it's week 1. You never know what could happen. There was always shakiness.
No training camp. No.
Right. No, nothing like that.
Nothing.
Okay.
Like no real.
And then on top of that, week 3 against the Niners, when the Niners were healthier than they are now, and that was a blowout. That was a straight up blowout.
That was our worst game. But like.
But ever since then, no less than like 7 points. Are you serious? Like, and to say this team can't play, the only reason they don't have any more wins is just because Jones kept turning the ball over, and he has proven that when he does not turn the ball over, he can win games.
I think the last 3 weeks were like an indication of that. But also, like, just quickly to prove your point, the Bears game 1 score, the Rams game 1 score, and other games we got screwed by bad calls. Like the Cowboys with the penalty. And also the Eagles, that wasn't a penalty, but like just if Ingram catches that, game's over. The first Eagles game, and if
Jones doesn't fumble the ball in the last seconds, 30 seconds in a timeout, he could get them down the field for a field goal.
Yeah, and the Buccaneers, he took him down the field, and he would have taken him to overtime, and probably
the penalty was called.
He got screwed. He got a bad like no call.
No penalty, which was originally called and then reversed after that.
But it was annoying because it was the same type of call that they called on Bradbury like earlier in the game. I'm just like, it was like the same type of play. Like, how do you miss that? So whatever. But like all these games were close. Like obviously the Steelers undefeated, right? Not a big deal. And the 49ers, I can't explain that. Sometimes you just have a really bad game. But all our games were really close. And ever since the Buccaneers game, we've been trending upwards, man. Like we should have won that game, and then we just started winning. We beat the Eagles. We finally beat the Eagles. And then we beat who did we play after?
First of all, you played Washington first.
We beat Washington twice.
Yeah, that second one was big because you swept them, and then you came within a game.
We beat Washington, then we beat Eagles, then we beat the Washington again. That was a great game. And then
it was Washington, losses, Washington, Eagles.
Okay, Washington, Eagles, and now the Bengals.
Yeah.
And I love this game, although I'm a little bit worried about Daniel Jones. But thankfully our schedule is not that bad coming up the next 2 weeks. So we're playing the granted we are playing the Seahawks, but I think that
we also had some close calls against some teams that are not exactly
Seahawks are kind of trending downward, and then we're playing the Cardinals, and they're
trending downward too. I mean,
they're also trending downward.
Look, we know what they're capable of.
And the Browns, who are like the worst 8-3 team in the league.
I wouldn't say that.
with
I
their
wouldn't say that. Whatever. It's not up
whatever.
for
I will say though that the Browns are trending upward, and you have the Ravens who are trending downward, and you have the Cowboys who are, I guess, also upward, right? So
well, they just got smoked, so I wouldn't exactly say that yet.
that's true.
They got smoked at home, and they're allowing fans. So if you're gonna say
Yeah,
home,
but I wouldn't worry about the Seahawks game. I wouldn't worry about the Cardinals game. I think if you get Jones by the Browns game, that's 2 weeks. I think that's enough time. I think you can go on a run. I think we'll be back where we are. I think Colt McCoy can manage against the Seahawks because their defense isn't that great, and the Cardinals' defense isn't amazing. I mean, they have Budda Baker, who I is a stud, and they have Simmons, who I like. But
Peterson.
We can beat these, and Patrick Peterson. We can beat these guys.
I just want to make the last point here before I let you wrap this segment up, Joey, and that's that the Giants don't need to win right now to stay in their division lead. They just need the other teams to lose.
I mean, they only really need to beat the Cowboys.
I mean, yeah,
all you really need is to beat the Cowboys because Eagles are not winning another.
I mean,
game.
You want to obviously
Cowboys,
take at least 3 of the last 5 games if you're the Giants to really try to give yourself the best shot. But with that being said, but
they won the game they had to win. They beat the Bengals. They had to win this game, and they did.
Yeah. I mean, they've already swept the Redskins, or the football team, excuse me. They have to beat the Cowboys. And even if they tie the Eagles, right, unless the Eagles have, one less loss than the Giants, and that's possible because they have to tie. But say that it doesn't come out that way, and say the Giants somehow, get a tie, right, and that they could end up with the same record as the Eagles, then the Eagles, I'm pretty sure, either way, if the Giants beat Dallas, will have a better division record, which would be the next thing for the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna be honest, Josh. I think the Cowboys and the name redacted are playing with backup quarterbacks, Alex Smith and Andy Dalton. And I think
Smith has played well.
I'm saying I think they're both playing much better than the Eagles starting quarterback, who's playing like a backup, Carson Wentz. I think unless they go for Hurts, I think they're not winning another game. I really don't believe in them.
To be honest, I really don't think that Wentz is the problem in that offense. I think the problem in that offense is absolutely no receiving core beside for Dallas Goedert. That's really it. You saw Fulgham emerge for 3 games, but he's been so quiet. Jalen Reagor can't get involved. Alshon Jeffrey has been silent since coming back, and Miles Sanders is only good out of the backfield running. He doesn't catch passes.
Yeah, but whatever happened to Zach Ertz? That's what really happened. They lost Zach Ertz.
That too, but he's been injured, so you can't say, they don't.
No, but if they had Zach Ertz, I'd give him a shot. But I don't. They don't have an offense.
You can't say that now because it's not like he's playing and he's not doing anything. He's just not playing though.
No, but if they had Zach Ertz, I think I'd give him a shot. That's what I'm saying.
No, I understand that, but the reality is you can't say that right now because he's not playing.
Okay. But anyway, this was a great game. It was a great game. I mean, Gallman doing what he does, 24 carries, 94 yards. They just keep using him, man.
Yeah, he worked.
He's on your team, right? Or do you trade him already?
No, I just I didn't have any. I had to drop him because I needed space. Yeah.
You sick fool. All right. And then and also we had sacks, baby. We had a sack lunch, man. We had one by Leonard Williams again. That trade's looking better and better every single day. Every week, man. Dave Gettleman's not looking like a stooge anymore. And this guy named Jabal Shirt also got one, Interesting. I never heard of that guy. But yeah. So pretty good game by the Giants, man. I know it was close, but granted, we're playing with Colt McCoy. It's not going to be a blowout.
The majority of that fourth quarter, which is when they really cocould have put the game away had they had Daniel Jones.
I think if it was Daniel Jones, he would just take it down the field. He would just milk the clock. But Colt McCoy, Colt McCoy's a serviceable backup, but he's not gonna go crazy. He's just gonna be very, very conservative.
Well, prove us wrong, Mr. McCoy. We sure hope that you can.
McCoy, I believe in you. You did pretty well for the Redskins. I mean, damn it. See,
it was the Redskins.
See what happens when you don't pick a new name for your team, okay?
It was the Redskins at the time. You got it right.
No, but if you pick okay, so no, but whatever. You were
the Redskins 2 years ago. I don't know what you're saying, but okay.
Whatever, man. The point is, you were good on that team. You were their best quarterback. You were their best quarterback. I'm sorry, because Smith was injured. So after he was injured, you were their best quarterback by far. It was not Buff Fumble. It was not Josh Johnson, and it was definitely not Dwayne Haskins. It was you. You were their best, and you were not bad. So I'll take you. It's in your hands, man. But I think as long as he does what he does, because I think our defense is doing a lot for us right now. Pat Graham, secret MVP, he's doing a lot, and I have faith in Joe Judge. We'll go as far as Joe Judge takes us, and when Daniel Jones comes back, he will take us even farther with Joe Judge's grace. Amen. that was our weekly prayer. But yeah, I think we're done with football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting a new segment today, this week. So for hockey, we're doing hockey, and we're doing a quiz for the NHL 2020.
Well, first let's get into the news first, and then
Go into quick news really quick, okay?
Yeah, okay. So not much, but for those who are aware or follow closely the NHL or specifically the Tampa Bay Lightning, that Mikhail Sergachev has signed. I don't remember if it was a new deal or if it was a contract.
Well, he's an RFA, so it's an extension. I think that's how you say that. I think it's how you.
Well, I believe it's a 3-year deal. 3-year deal, I think, and I don't remember the price.
I'll give you.
It was fairly recent, and then there was also.
Okay, here. $14.4 million for 3 years with an average of 4.8.
Yeah, so that sounds that sounds good for a guy like Sergachev.
Yeah, but now that that's happening, think about what's going to happen with Barzal, because he's the other big free agent, RFA, not free agent, RFA on the market. So, look for that, because I think they didn't. What's it called? Did they sign Cirelli?
There was
they didn't sign him. They didn't sign Cirelli.
Yeah, there was something. Yeah,
the fact that they put all the thing in Sergachev, this is bad for them, because there's no way they're gonna, unless they trade Johnson, Palat, Killorn, one of those guys, they are losing Cirelli. Someone's gonna get him, and
we don't know what he's asking.
Islanders better sign Barzal, or else they're idiots. They can't afford to sign him, so they have to get rid of people too.
Yeah.
Both these teams are screwed. This is what happened. Don't put yourself in a bad cap situation. Don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it even to go on a run, because unless you win the cup. But still then it's not worth it, because then you ruin the chance of a dynasty when you do that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's about all. Excuse me. That's about all we have for the free agents. But as Joey said, we are introducing a new segment to the hockey segment of this podcast. And for the first time in the JJSports podcast history, we are going to be doing a quiz. Now, it's not like just a quiz, because a lot of you guys may be thinking there are two you guys. So it's not just any quiz. It's a competition quiz. Joey and I are going to be taking the same quiz. And what's going to happen is whoever goes first is going to, attempt the quiz. It's the same quiz for both of us, while the other one of us leaves the room, and it's going to be proven on video. Joey, you'll get in.
I'm gonna show them. But yeah, so basically, I'm gonna leave the room, and Josh, we have an agreement for how long we're doing this. It's a 20-minute quiz, but
we're going to be limiting.
We'll cap it at 15, 13 earlier if you're not even close. And I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna set my timer, and I'm gonna go. So share your screen, and once you share your screen, before you start, so share your screen. So I can just.
Okay. So hold on. Let's. Okay. So my screen should be sharing at the moment. Let's just get rid of this ad. And Joey.
Okay, so I'm going to Let me just do my timer, and I'm just going to.
You guys are going to be able to see Joey.
Wait, do you see the door?
The video on so that.
Okay, so ready? Once I close the door, you can start. Okay.
Let me set a timer for myself also, because I did not do that.
You have a timer.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was thinking to count it down on my phone, but yeah, okay. So
ready?
I have until this clock in the top right corner over here. It says 5 minutes left, and if I'm not close, then 13 minutes total.
Yeah. So 7.
Okay.
7 if you're not close, but 5 most. 5 if you're very close.
Okay. 5. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
right now. Okay, so as you can see, quiz is for the NHL point leaders per team from the 2019-2020 season. So I don't know if they want to have us type in the name, but I'm just going to see if they do it. Yeah, they do, the Ducks. So who's on that team? Ricard Raquel, Jakob Silfverberg. There's also a rule that was implemented, which is that if we need to look up names for spelling only, that is allowed. Who else was on this team? Ryan Getzlav was on this team. Hampus Lindholm. Oh, Elijah Lindholm comes up for the Calgary Flames. Okay, I'm only going to try to get 3 of the 5 at most per team. The team names are being counted as things here, though. Let's just take a few more guesses. Cam Fowler, I picture, is going to be up there. And who else? Maybe Adam Henrique. Adam Henrique, yeah, perfect. Okay, so second, let's move on. Arizona. So we got the Arizona Coyotes. I'm picturing Taylor Hall's going to be on this list. I'm picturing Derek Stepan. Maybe Derek Stepan. No, Clayton Keller. Nick Schmaltz. Goligoski. Alex Goligoski. No, he's not going to be up there. Maybe Connor Garland. Connor Garland is going to be up there. And is Phil Kessel going to be on this list? He's not. How about Oliver Ekman-Larson? Oliver Ekman-Larson is not on this list either. Jordan Osterley, I don't think he would be up there either. Okay, we'll give it one more guess, and I'll say Christian Fisher. Oh, Christian Dvorak. Dvorak should be up there. Yeah, he is. Okay, Boston Bruins. We got just under a minute and a half in. So 92, that's going to be Pasternak. David Pasternak. Help if I can spell. Brad Marchand's going to be up there. Torrey Krug is going to be up there. Bergeron should be up there, and I'm sure maybe David Krejci. David Krejci, he is up there. Perfect. Buffalo, we got the Sabres. All right, so Jack Eichel and Olofsson are going to be 2 of the big names up there. Who is it? Jeff Skinner? Maybe? No. Sam Reinhart is going to be another name up there. Sam Reinhart. Maybe Kyle Poso. Probably not. He's not. Defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen. I'm sure he's going to be up there. And Rasmus Dahlin as well. Rasmus Dahlin. Perfect. Calgary. We got the Flames. So, help if I can spell. Calgary Flames. We got Matthew Tkachuk. We got Johnny Gaudreau. We got Elias Lindholm is up there. Is Mark Giordano going to be up there? No, he's not. Is Sean Monahan going to be up there? He should. And I'll guess Michael Backlund. Michael Backlund, indeed. Okay, Carolina. We got the Hurricanes. Carolina Hurricanes. Moving on. So Sebastian Aho, Tervo, Teravainen is going to be up there, as well as Andrei Svechnikov. Let's see, 40 points. Jordan Stahl, no, but I think Eric Stahl came up for the Wild. I'm not going to check that. And he did, yeah. Let's see who. He's not. On that. Nino Niederreiter, maybe? I don't know how to spell that. So by the rules stating we are allowed to look up players' names for spelling purposes only. So Nino Niederreiter. And let's just see if this works. Nino Niederreiter. Gonna copy it down. We'll paste it out. Won't be shocked if it's him. And it is not Nino Niederreiter. Okay. It is. I'll take this. Before he's traded. Vincent, it is the Blackhawk. Going to be Kane. I'm sure it's going to be up there. Maybe Duncan Keith. Keith, am I spelling that right? No, Duncan Keith isn't. Alex DeBrincat should be up there. He is 36 points. Who else? Dylan Strome. He should be the guy. And Ryan Strome comes up for the Rangers as well. Nice. Colorado, this should be pretty easy. Nathan McKinnon should be up there. Mikko Rantanen should be up there. Landeskog, I'm sure. Kale McCarr should be up there. And the last one, who's that going to be? Nazem Kadri? Kadri? No. Is it going to be Burakovsky? Andre Burakovsky? It is Andre Burakovsky. Oh, Colorado. I didn't write the team name. Avalanche. Perfect. Columbus, we got the Blue Jackets. Let's see. Okay. So Dubois, I'm sure is going to be up there. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Cam Atkinson, he should be up there. He's not. Maybe he was injured. Seth Jones, he's not up there either. Gustav Nyquist, is he going to be up there? Nyquist does come up. How about Alex Wenberg? He's not up there. Zach Werenski, he should be up there. He is 36 points. Oliver Bjorkstrand should be up there. It would help if I could spell his name. 31 points. Who else had points? Nick Foligno, he is. Okay, Dallas. We got the Dallas Stars here. We got about 10 minutes remaining, just a little bit less, 9.5 minutes. Dallas Stars. So, Jamie Benn, Tyler Sagan, Miro Heiskanen, 34 points. Dennis Gurianov isn't up there. Is Corey Perry going to be up there? Klingberg. John Klingberg is not up there either. Okay. Well, I'm not really sure who else. Maybe Rope Hintz. Hintz is up there. Radulov. Alexander Radulov. Okay, Detroit. We got the Red Wings. Detroit Red Wings. So, Anthony Mantha. Let's go all the way back up to the top. You got Dylan Larkin. Tyler Bertuzzi. Did Larkin come up? Yeah, he did. One last guy, maybe Patrick Nemeth. No. A couple names that I'm really blanking on this team. I'll guess one more. Brandon Perlini. Yeah, I'm not going to be guessing anymore. Maybe, can't really think of anyone else. Okay, so let's skip the rest of that. Edmonton. So we got Leon Draisaitl. We got Connor McDavid should be up there. Andreas Athanasiou. He's not going to be up there. Tyler Ennis is going to be up there. Tyler Ennis is going to be up there. How about Zach Cassian? Is he going to be up there? No. James Neal? No. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. And who's the last one? Oscar Klefbom? Oscar Klefbom it is. Okay, we got the Edmonton Oilers. Let's also not forget to put the names in. Florida Panthers. I'm just going to go ahead and finish the rest of the team names. Los Angeles Kings, Minnesota Wild. So I don't forget to do this later. Does Habs come up? No. Canadians. Nashville Predators. Let's see. Nashville Predators. Where else? We got the New Jersey Devils. We got the Islanders, Rangers, Philadelphia Flyers, Ottawa Senators. Let's see. Who else do we have? Philadelphia Flyers, Pittsburgh Penguins, San Jose Sharks, St. Louis Blues, Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs, Vancouver Canucks, Vegas Golden Knights, Washington Capitals, and Winnipeg Jets. Okay, perfect. So let's move on. We're up to the Panthers. So I'm sure that Alexander Barkov is going to be on this list. Help if I can spell. Huberdeau, Jonathan Huberdeau, Evgeny Dadonov, Keith Yandel, Mike Hoffman. Perfect. Okay, Kings. We got Anze Kopitar, Dustin Brown, maybe. He is. Drew Doughty, Mario Kempe or Adrian Kempe, one of those two. And maybe like Gabriel Velarde. Maybe Toffoli is going to be counted before. No, Tyler Toffoli, it was not. Yeah, I can't really think of who it was. Okay, moving on. Minnesota Wild. So Migo Koivu, no. I'm sure that Kevin Fiala is going to be on this list as well. Zach Parise, Ryan Suter comes to mind. Is Matt Zuccarello? Zuccarello is. Okay, perfect. We got all the Wild. Montreal. Thomas Tatar is going to be up there. I'm sure that Max Domi is going to be up there. Gallagher should be up there. Shea Weber, maybe? No, Weber's not up there. How about who had 47 points? Nick Suzuki. He's going to be up there. He had 40 points. 47 points for the Montreal Canadiens. Paul Byron. Joel Armia. Philip Deneau. Perfect. Okay, Nashville Predators. Matthew Shane. Ryan Johansson. Philip Forsberg, Victor Arvidsson. Hope if I could spell. No. Roman Yossi, Ryan Ellis. Perfect. All the Predators. We got Jack Hughes. Quinn Hughes comes up for the Canucks, but not Jack Hughes. Who else we got? We got Palmieri. Kyle Palmieri, hope if I can spell it right. Nikita Gusev, I'm sure is going to be up there. Jesper Bratt, Will Butcher, he's not going to be up there. I don't really take too much time, so I'm going to stop with them. For the Islanders, we got Josh Bailey, we got Brock Nelson, we got Matt Barzal, we got Nick Leddy, no, Jordan Eberle, no, Anders Lee should be up there, and 42 Pajot. John Gabriel Pajot, I don't know. I'm not going to take too much time on it. New York Rangers, so this is going to be an easy one for me. Artemi Panarin's going to be up there. Ryan Strome is already up there. Mika Zibanejad is going to be up there, as well as Tony DeAngelo, and Pavel Buchnevich had a very good year. Pavel Buchnevich should be up there. Unless we already have them. No, was it Chris Kreider? It was Chris Kreider. Okay, Ottawa. Brown, Chuck should be up there. Thomas Chabot, is he going to be up there? He is going to be up there. And Anthony Duclair. That's about the last guess I have. And yeah, Duclair is up there. I had just under 4 minutes remaining. Flyers. So let's make this one fast. Travis Konechny is going to be up there. Claude Giroux, Jacob Voracek, as well as 59 points. Sean Couturier should be up there. Shane Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere is not up there. Who had 41 points? Oh, Kevin Hayes. He had a good year for them. A lot of people were saying he wasn't going to perform. Pittsburgh. Okay. Malkin's going to be up there. Crosby might be up there. I'm top if I could spell his name right. Sidney Crosby. Yep. I think, Brian Rust had a good year. Justin Schultz. He's not going to be up there. Is Chris Letang going to be up there? He should. Yes, he is. And 43, Jason Zucker. No. Connor Sheary, he came back to the Penguins. No. Patrick Hornquist, not going to be him. I got like 2 more guesses. I'll say Brandon Tanev, probably not. And yeah, I'm actually just going to stop with the guessing there. San Jose Sharks. So Timo Meier, I think, led them in points. You had Logan Couture also before he got injured. 43. Was it Kevin LeBanc? I don't know who it was for the Sharks then. Joe Thornton, just a random guess. No. Tomas Hertl, I'm sure is going to be on this list. He is not on this list. Okay, that's a little bit shocking. 40 points. Erik Karlsson, he's going to be up there. Okay, let's move on. St. Louis. So Tarasenko was injured. So David Perron, Ryan O'Reilly. Let's see. Braden Shen. Alex Steen, maybe? No, Alex Pietrangelo. He should be up here. 54 points. Jaden Schwartz. He should be the last guy up there. Jaden Schwartz it is. Tampa Bay. This one should be also pretty easy. You got Braden Point. You got Kucherov. You got Steven Stamkos. You got Tyler Johnson, maybe? No. Victor Hedman, I'm sure, was up there. And I'll say Andre Palat. Not going to be Palat. Anthony Cirelli. Last guess, no. Who else does this team have? I don't know. I'm not going to guess that many more. Toronto, so you got Matthews, Marner, you got Tavares, Zach Hyman, one last guess. Morgan Riley should be up there if I could spell his name right. He's just not up there. Okay, well, I don't really want to take too many more guesses with this then. Maybe Tyson Barrie, one last guess. Yeah, he's up there. Vancouver. So you have Brock Besser. You've got 69 points. JT Miller is going to be up there. 52, not going to guess that far. Bo Horvat, maybe. Yeah, it was. Vegas, you have Mark Stone. You got Pacioretty. I have just under a minute left. Paul Stastny. Yeah, let's not. Jonathan Marsh is so. Okay, I'm not going to guess anymore. Alex Ovechkin. You have Backstrom. Oshie. Not up there. Kuznetsov. John Carlson. Finally for the Jets. Oh, Jacob Verano also. I'm sure he was up there. Finally for the Jets, Mark Scheifele, Scheifele. Mark Scheifele, Patrick Laine, Blake Wheeler. Kyle Connor, and 52 points. I really do not have a clue. I'll say Neil Pionk. He's not going to be up there. Oh, Morrissey. Josh Morrissey. Okay, well, that is all we have for this quiz, so I'm just going to go ahead and give up. I got 173 out of 86 with 5 minutes remaining. So we're going to go ahead and bring Joey back here. Oh. Joey just told me that I should take all the time, but I just told him that I ended this quiz, so I'm just going to tell him to come back. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, so Joey should be back any second right now, but yeah. I'm going to keep my score on the opposite page just so that I can tell the truth when he gets back here. So, Joey, I don't know if you can hear me in there, but you can come back now.
Okay, time is up, sir.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you what I got unless
Okay, sure, no problem.
I'm
But
not going to, I mean, like, I'm especially
okay,
not.
okay, no problem, no problem. What was I gonna say? Were you gonna quit if I didn't give you all the time? Were you quitting
What?
anyway?
Probably.
Okay, good. So I don't feel bad because I was gonna give you all the time. I'm just like, whatever. It's like a few more minutes.
Yeah, well, I think I did pretty well for
Okay, so let me hello?
I'll be straight up honest with you. I did not finish it. I did not finish it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I imagine if yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I will tell you, okay, and I'm going to be fair about this because I took this as a surprise, but I'm going to give you a little bit of help right here and say that they're expecting you to type in the team names as well. So just know that. So I had to take time to do that.
Saying how it says Arizona, I have to write Coyotes.
Exactly. And if you don't and you only get the
Yeah,
player,
but like is that but let's say I get more than you. Is that fair because you told me about the teams?
uh probably not, but I'm giving it to you, so I'm not going to care.
Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Okay. So
Okay.
let's just
I wish you good luck, sir. But you only have 15 minutes. Like, this is the other thing then.
wait, why do I have 50 minutes? You quit.
I quit because you told me I had 5 minutes until there are 5 minutes left on the clock. And after I quit, you told me to take the rest of the time. I stopped it at 5 minutes.
Okay. Ducks. Coyotes. Bruins. Sabres. Flames.
I'm just saying, I thought out loud if that helps you. So if you want to,
I
like,
feel I feel like it's annoying. So
okay, fine.
no, if to you, I mean.
No, it's not. Like,
Best thing is that you don't have to do spaces for two names like Blue Jackets and Red Wings.
yeah,
You just type it
exactly.
all with one. It's great. It's annoying because I know the answer, but it's just like annoying to
Yeah,
type.
sometimes the keyboard can be quite annoying.
The keyboard is not my friend today.
Wasn't my friend either. If I'm not, if I'm gonna be real honest.
I don't doubt that. Yee! Okay. Ah.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I tried typing in Habs for Canadians because sometimes the computer accepts that, but it did not in this case.
Great. Okay. So okay.
I think he was only there for like 12 games. But then again, like
Yeah, but they suck.
yeah, like there are trades. Like I'm pretty sure that like players who got traded are in this quiz. I don't think you need a hyphen there either.
Oh, really?
I mean, like I don't think so.
Yes, you do.
Unless it's not up there, yeah.
That's crazy. What? Okay, I'm looking up Galchenyuk because that's crazy. And I'm not typing it. I'm copying and pasting it because that's
that's what I did too. I'll be real with you. I looked up Nito Niederreiter for the Hurricanes. I copied and pasted.
okay.
But I'm not going to tell you if it was there or not.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, man. No way. Okay. I'll go back to that. Krug and Krejci? That's not how you spell it.
I'll tell you how to spell it. It is Krejci, but you do have the right name. I'll give you a bone here. It's Krejci.
Thank you very much. Okay, see, because I knew it's Krejci. It cannot be him.
Okay, maybe you should talk less and type more.
All right, good point. Hall. I think this is how you spell Darlene, okay? Skinner. Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, he had a really rough year in 2020.
Victor O.L. Olafson. Okay. Maybe Reinhardt? I don't know who the hell else is on this team. Johansson?
They're the Sabres, buddy.
This team sucks.
I mean, on paper they don't, but like they don't play well.
Asmus Ristolainen, I'm gonna try him because I don't know anyone else on that team except see, there you go. Okay. Giordano. Did I spell it wrong?
No.
Okay, so it's not him. Gaudreau.
I'll throw you a bone here and there.
This one's so annoying. Tikachuk. It's so annoying. Okay. No. No, definitely not. I'll come back.
I'm looking at the timer. I'm just saying because you're down to like 15 and change right now, and you've got just over 10 minutes remaining.
All right, shut up. I'll just do the obvious ones.
Okay.
I don't think you did that. I think you were like.
I didn't do that. I went team by team, but I think that it's easier to do the team by team because then
because then you waste time.
Then you're thinking about all the players on the team and who he plays with and all that stuff. Then you have to like take a moment to read who you wrote down already, you know?
Okay.
That's what I think at least.
Ooh. Damn, the Sharks suck this year.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was the biggest shock for me.
LeBanc? Whatever. Fuck. I don't even care. I don't even care. Screw it.
You don't need hyphens.
What the fuck?
You don't need hyphens.
Am I spelling it wrong?
Yeah, it's not Luc Dubois. It's just Dubois. That's what it took.
The fuck, man?
I threw you a bone there. I said I would every here and there.
I would give you a bone too because that's bullshit. Really, Seth Jones is not.
Some of these names are a little shocking to not be on these lists, but when you see who.
Nope, no calls. Fuck off.
When you see who some of these names are that you forget, I think you're gonna lose your mind a little more than you already are.
That just always happens though. Foligno, obviously, and Atkinson, I have to imagine. Really?
Yeah, it was shocking, but he's not.
Fuck. I don't care. Okay. Did I spell it wrong?
No, you didn't spell it wrong.
What?
He's not on there.
Fuck. All right, moving on. Detroit's really going to kill me. I know Bertuzzi, obviously, because he was an all-star, so there's no way. Larkin, Mantha. I don't know who else. Cider? No.
We'll compare, because I still kept my page open, but after we compare the names we missed.
All right, this one's going to get real easy. Dry. I know this one's also hard to spell.
It's just TL in the end. TL in the end.
So stupid. I'll get back to that one.
No double N.
Sorry.
I'm saving you time here. Just keep that in mind.
Okay, but you're gonna make. I'm still not gonna. But you quit. Like I told you, I was
quit because you gave me a time limitation.
No, I texted you. I said I wanted to give you all the time.
After I quit.
I didn't know. So. All right.
Were you not paying attention to the timer you took with you?
No, because I went up and you were still going, so I was confused. I heard you say Duchesne, like just for the record. I heard that.
It's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
It's one player, buddy.
Okay. Oh man.
I would like to see where you are at, though. If you could scroll down, I kind of want to see it.
I'm all over the place. Don't you get it?
That's true, but like still scroll your screen down so I could see who you're filling in.
Nah, it's a surprise.
Oh, okay. Well, the number is
Yeah, you have the number. You have the number. Why do you need more? Shut up.
the number on the right. I meant it's ticking down, and you're about to be at.
Shut up! You're actually being annoying right now. I'm not even kidding. You're being very annoying.
Okay, I'll throw you. Well, also I could help you spell names if you were to show me who you were typing in. If you needed help.
Okay, hold on. If I need help, I'll tell you. Okay, I promise. Suzuki. Tatar.
Just stop.
Koivu.
You're
Really?
You're wasting your own time by doing this.
Suter, Parise. Dumba. No, wow. Brodeen. Did I spell it wrong? Yeah, whatever.
No.
Okay.
If you ask questions like that, I'll help you out. But you didn't spell his name wrong.
Kopitar. Yeah. Shut up. Kopitar. Here, just mute yourself. It's easier on me.
Yeah. I'll do that unless you ask.
Yeah, unless I ask. Okay, Kopitar, Brown, Dowdy, obviously. Okay. Velarde? No. Carter? No. Fuck the Kings. Okay. Assholes beat us since 2014. Didn't deserve it. Could have gone either way in any game. Ellis. I already said that. Forsberg. Okay. Forsberg and Granlund? No. Oh, that reminds me. What was that guy's name? Fiala? Yeah. Oh, Devils. Why did it be so bad? I have no idea. Shear? Okay. No way Hughes is on here. Oh, the Quinn Hughes, all right. Palmieri, because he was an all-star. Palmieri? Okay. I have no idea. Shit, this team sucks. Okay, Barzell.
4 minutes left.
Okay, great. Just tell me when it's over. How about that? Or 1 minute. 1 minute countdown.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute countdown. Okay. Barzell, Bailey. Shit. Bailey. What was his name? That asshole that got traded. Everly. Oh, wow, really? Okay. Strome. I know this. Obviously Strome. Obviously Panarin, because he's the best player in the league. Obviously Zibanejad, because he's the best. Zibanejad. D'Angelo. What?
You wrote DiNangelo, buddy.
Oh, sorry. And who was the last one? That's gonna bother me. Probably Kreider. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I got Brown. Brown, Kachuk, Duclair. Yeah, I know. Duclair. Shabbat Shalom. Okay. Couturier. Yes. Giroux. Voracek. Wow. I know I spelled that right. Simmons.
You didn't spell it right.
Really?
I'll tell you. V-O-R-A-C-E-K. C-E-K.
What the fuck? Okay. Sorry. Thank you for that. I appreciate the
He's Czech, bro.
I appreciate the bone. Yeah. And okay. Crosby, Malkin. This was gonna bother me. Oh yes, I got it. No. Okay, Crosby again. And who the fuck is this? I don't even care. Oh, I got like 2 minutes. Nope. He's not on that team anymore. Nope, I know I spelled it wrong. Tarasenko.
He was injured all year, buddy.
I don't care. Some asshole probably. Okay, Stamkos. I can't believe Stamkos. That's crazy. He was also injured. Point. Sergachev. What? I didn't mean Sergachev. I meant Hedman. Why did I say Sergachev?
1 minute remaining.
Johnson. Fuck it. Marner. Tavares. Matthews. Nylander. Barry. Fuck yeah. Foley. Wow. Pedersen. And I'm not even asking him. It's no
30 seconds.
Stastny. Paccio ready. Stone. Okay. And then I all I have to do is do this. Okay, Connor, Scheifele, and Wheeler.
Scheifele.
Are you gonna count that? Because I'm out of time.
Yeah, we can count it.
How did I do it?
Just Scheifele.
Ifele and Pionk. Okay. That's it? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'll give you Scheifele. You had the name in mind. That's it. Give up.
Okay.
So you missed a lot of really crazy names. So let's compare yours with mine.
So
you got 1 score. So you're curious to know my score first or who you missed compared to me?
No shit. Obviously, I want to know. First, I want to know the score.
173.
Okay, great.
And on top of that, okay, I left names off this list in the end, okay, because I was pressed for time and I wanted to get all the big ones first. So I'll tell you who I missed because I only missed 13 players. So ones that I did not get, sorry, the only ones that you didn't get, however it is, I missed 13 players. So I missed Robbie Fabbri and whoever Hronik is from the Red Wings. And you didn't get them either, though. So, that doesn't really – I missed Alex Iafallo, but I was already pressed for time by the time I got to the Kings. So, I was kind of just if I didn't get it, I didn't care at that point. I missed Hischier. That's on me. And I missed Pavel Zacha. I spelled Pajot, but it didn't give it to me, and I didn't want to look up how to spell it. So I don't know if you want to count that or not. If you don't, then
I mean, if
fine.
we're going by that, I typed in a few myself that didn't go through because I spelled it. Like I said Elias
No,
Pettersson.
I'm saying it didn't. No, like it.
No, but
I just skipped it
I
out.
knew, no, but I knew that those were answers. Pettersson, Couture.
Yeah, no, I knew that Pajot was the guy too, but I didn't bother looking it up after because that would have taken more time.
Okay, I'm just like, yeah.
If you want to count it, then
I don't
fine.
care.
If not,
I'm just
then-
saying I missed like 6 or 7 because of spelling. So like, whatever.
Okay, fine. Either way, fine. So we won't count it then. But then
I don't really care.
Like-
Because the point was like I would have taken all the time and I would have let you take all the time, but whatever.
right. I mean, like if I would have taken,
And I'm
all
gonna be
the time,
honest with you, it did not help you talking a lot. It did not help me.
I'll give that to you, fine. But I'll make the argument that if I would have had all the time, I would have only missed Fabry and Roenick from the Red Wings because
Right,
I missed Alex Iafallo.
Yeah, but
like-
I would have missed those two, and maybe I would have missed, if I'm being really honest, I would have missed Nick Schmaltz, Connor Garland, like the Arizona ones.
Correct.
I would have missed
Would you have
those.
gotten Adrian?
But I would have gotten a lot of other. I would have gotten most of these. Like maybe
You wouldn't have gotten the 2 Red Wings. Would
I
you have
would've
gotten Kempe and
I would have got
Iafallo?
Edmonton. I would have got Florida. Like if I had time, I would have. I would have 100% got Montreal, and I would have
Yeah,
definitely.
but I could have been at like 97, 98% is my.
Yeah, I would have also. For sure. I would have.
No, you wouldn't have. You like literally just named. I would have missed 2. You said alone, you would have missed like 5 names
No,
already.
I would have gotten a lot more. I'm trying to.
Well, okay, fine. So we're not counting like.
I would have been
names.
I would have been on the same par as you if I had time, 100%. I just
Okay, fine. Here's who else.
granted, but only on the premise that I'm like you and I don't have
Fair,
anyone
fair,
watching
fine.
me. I'm just doing the
But,
test. I'm
On
not.
the other names that were missed included Chris Tierney, Jake Gensel, Brent Burns, Alex Killorn, William Nylander, Riley Smith, Nikolai Ehlers. I was pressed for time on that entire right side because I wanted to get all the big names. So, yeah. But whatever. I'm not going to make that argument. I still beat you. That's all I really cared about.
Okay, gosh, I'm not like doing this, man. Like you literally talked the majority of my test. Okay, it's just like
Okay, whatever.
like if
Whatever.
we're taking a real
Yeah.
test and you talk, I would like get up from the desk in front of Rabbi what the hell was his name?
Okay, whatever. Like we don't
and
care
beat the
anymore.
shit out of you in front of everyone.
Okay. Okay.
Because people
Okay.
would be like, "Shut up, Josh! I'm taking a test."
Good
Okay?
game. Good game.
Good game,
Good game.
but shut the fuck up. All right. I think
Be
that's
sick.
all. I think that's all we have today. And thank you for joining the JJ Sports Podcast. If you stuck around till the end, you are a true legend. Thank you
True.
very much, and
Thank
have a
you.
good time. We'll see you next week. Peace out.